Hello and welcome to 1.26 patch and Dharma DLC overview. As today is a date of its release, you are probably thinking what does it change and is the DLC worth buying? I'm going to answer these both questions today. We can start with the three features of the 1.26 patch. EU4 developers finally came to the conclusion that they have to make policies system more attractive to the players. They didn't change policies themselves, just a few alterations, but the usage. First of all, the policies window is now much more consumer friendly and it's partitioned into three main categories: admin, diplomatic and military. You can have now up to 9 policies, it was just 5 before, and the first policy of each type will be for free. Of course, now we'll be able to take more policies, but the downside of that is that we can't have more than 3 policies of one category. You can see that India, Tibet and Burma now have a lot of new provinces, and so we have 5 major nations with around 200 development each, which is a tremendous amount. The trade in this area is now more historical and more flexible. What is more, a couple of nations have new ideas and they are definitely OP. Just look at Bengal. Formation of Hindustan and Bharat will be now much harder than before, as it is required to have over a dozen of provinces across the continent. You might be angry that you won't have quick permanent claims on the whole India, but the new missions provided by Dharma give up plenty of it. Moreover, both of these nations will now have their own ideas, which are of course very strong. Since 1.26 patch, the main feature of the Cossacks DLC, estates, will be now free. There are also a few changes, making it more pleasant to deal with. They will no longer demand a minimum amount of territory from your nation, leaving you free to choose if you want to indulge your various interest groups for their powerful support or not. Moreover, disasters linked with the estates will now strike where their influence reach 100% instead of 80%. At this point, with the estates, we might move from the free content to the paid content. Of course, Dharma expansion introduces 5 new estates for its owners. First of all is Marathas, which is nobility for a part of cultures in India. Second is Brahmins, which is clergy. Vaishyas, which are merchant guilds. Rajputs, another nobility for another part of cultures. And Jain community, which are merchant guilds for the Indian Muslims. Each estate has its own bonuses for the country and owned provinces, as well as unique interactions. One of the major changes in the new patch is the introduction of government reforms, which allow players to change their government and shape it through the ages. Thanks to that, you'll be able to develop a national system that is responding to the needs of your country. Each government type has a number of reform steps. To get a reform, you have to accumulate government reform points. Every nation gets 10 points per year, multiplied by a level of autonomy in his provinces. Every next reform tier costs more than the previous one, and it gives you a wide variety of bonuses to military, economy and diplomacy, as well as opportunity to interact with the new policy and estate systems. Now, except creating trade companies by conquering new lands, you can use charter companies. It is a more peaceful option for the people who are not willing to make enemies in the new economic sphere. Nations are now more willing to sell you a province for your trade company if you have a friendly relations with them and they have a reason to trust you. Of course, the province has to be in the trade company's region and within your colonial range. In addition, you can now upgrade your trade company's provinces with 5 unique buildings. Each one of them has 3 tiers. First 2 tiers are affecting nearby provinces, while third tier can be only built in 1 province per trade company and gives bonuses to the whole country. Dharma brings a reform to the trade center system. Now, there are much more centers which have been partitioned into 3 levels. You can upgrade your trade center by paying a high amount of money to boost its improvements to the province. What is more, coastal and inland trade hubs are giving different bonuses.
Illuminati confirmed.
One of my favorite Dharma features are scornful insults, which allow you, for the cost of 5 prestige, to greatly offend the hated country. It will cause a major negative impact on relations with the target and a positive one with its enemies. But more importantly, it's a goldmine for multiplayers and modders. Great news for the fans of one of the strongest formable nations in the EU4. It gets even more buffs. With Dharma DLC, the Mughal Empire will now automatically accept every culture that has been fully conquered by it. Furthermore, accepted cultures will bring permanent bonuses to the empire, making it even more overpowered. Most of you probably know that you can decrease the province Unrest by putting an army on it. Dharma provides you a new mechanism that helps you using that. All you have to do is to click on the rebuild suppression icon on the army profile and select which area you would like it to patrol. Are you sick of the situation when you have a couple of colonists who can't be used as you don't have any province to colonize in your range? Yeah, with the Dharma expansion there is a possibility to assign these guys to work in a non-colonial province. Chance of increasing its development depends on how little development it already has, as well as its terrain. It's a great opportunity to develop free dev backwaters in your empire. The last feature of Dharma are Monsoons. It will be a seasonal storm in India with a chance of disrupting your military operations. It will slow the movement of all armies and impose higher attrition on hostile regiments. There are also a few minor additions like truce map mode, multiplayer teams, and of course 20 new achievements. To sum up, 1.26 patch brings a few interesting changes, like a bunch of new provinces and ideas in India, revoked policies, and of course the updated free estate system. In my opinion, Dharma DLC is now one of the most important extensions in the game. It affects general gameplay, like new trade centers and government reforms, the colonist gameplay by the changes to the trade companies and colonists, and most importantly, it improves one of the major regions in the EU4, India.